The Humboldt Schools, motivating achievement since 1906.
Welcome to the February edition of the Humboldt Experience. My name is Dan Streeter. I am the proud superintendent of the Humboldt Unified School District, and we have a great show lined up for you. February is a month of transitions in the Humboldt Unified School District. Soon, we will have elementary students getting ready to become middle school students. We will have middle school students getting ready to become high school students, and our high school students will be transitioning to college and career. And today I have some very special guests with me. I have students who have actually made these transitions. I have students that have made the jump from elementary to middle to high school, and they're going to share their experiences and what their advice is for the fellow students in the Humboldt Unified School District. But before we get to our guest, I want to make sure that we are able to recognize our outstanding employees of the month for the month of January. These employees were recognized at the January board meeting at Granville Elementary School. We recognized three outstanding people. First, our certified employee of the month, Mrs. Katie McGregor. Granville Elementary School recognized Ms. McGregor as the certified employee of the month. Ms. McGregor is an exceptionally skilled and artful first grade teacher, a thoughtful planner, expert diagnostician, and her students adore her and work incredibly hard to meet her high expectations. Ms. McGregor is a highly respected team leader. She's a member of the leadership team, and she actively participates and fiercely supports her teammates, the school community, and her students. On behalf of the entire district, I want to thank Ms. McGregor for your incredible dedication and hard work, your investment in our children, and your continued leadership. It is a pleasure to recognize you as our January HUSD Certified Member of the Month. On the classified side, a little bit different. We did not recognize just one employee at Granville. Granville was honored and proud to recognize Mrs. Jennifer Gallagher, Mr. Dale Colby, and Mr. John Fulfer as the classified employees of the month. That is the maintenance and custodial team at Granville. We are incredibly fortunate that we have three of the hardest working and dedicated professionals in the district all at one school. The maintenance and custodial crews take the initiative to complete tasks. Even before they become a request, they consistently go above and beyond to create a clean and safe environment that meets the needs of our community. On behalf of the district and Granville, I want to thank each of you and really express my utmost appreciation for the outstanding work and contributions that you make to not just Granville, but the entire district. And our volunteers of the month at Granville were Mr. and Mrs. Jim and Cindy Bushman, tremendous longtime volunteers at Granville. Mr. and Mrs. Bushman are dedicated parent volunteers. And as I've said on numerous occasions, parental support is so important, but the true engagement in the educational program is critical to the success of our schools. Jim and Cindy are valued members of our community that have made a significant impact on the students at Granville. They have a tremendous presence in our classrooms, always willing to help with reading groups, willing to listen to students, help with special events. Truly people that we can count on. And again, on behalf of the entire district in Granville Elementary School, I want to thank Mr. and Mrs. Bushman for their significant contributions as volunteers. And now it's my pleasure to turn our attention to my guests for today, or I guess my first round of guests. I'm joined by two outstanding middle school students, Colin and Haley. Thank you for being here today. Quite an experience. For our viewers, if you would just start off, if you'd mind introducing yourself, who you are, what grade you're in, and what different things you're involved in. And Colin, let's start with you.
I'm Colin. Currently, I'm in 8th grade at Glasser Hill Middle School. I am in student council and NJHS, and I just finished my cross-country season, and now I'm going into soccer season. All
right, so involved in many honors classes and athletics as well. So congratulations. Thank you for being here. And Haley, a little bit about yourself.
I'm Haley. I'm in 8th grade. I'm involved in NJHS, student council, all honors like Colin. I'm going into the track season when it comes up, and That's pretty much all.
So very busy, and congratulations to you and all the successes that you've had. Now you two, it's kind of ironic that we just recognized the Granville Employees of the Month because you both came from Granville Elementary School, and just a couple of years ago you had to make the jump from elementary school to middle school. How has your middle school experience been? How have you liked middle school so far? Colin, if you'll kind of share, how has it been?
It's been a great experience. It's definitely different than elementary school, but in a really great way. I've learned responsibility, I've met many new people, and I'm really happy that I've had the experience to go to Glassford.
Yeah, and how about you, Haley?
It's also been a really great experience. It is a lot different than Granville, but you have a lot more freedom, which is really nice. You get to meet new people. You switch classes, so you don't have to be with the same people, and you can like really branch out. It's not just one class at all times, so I really like that.
And electives, I mean, you get to choose different classes. You're not all of the students are taking the same classes. You can pick some of the things that you're interested in. Colin, what are some of the electives that you've taken at Glassford Hill?
Well, in the previous semester, I was in drama and art, and now currently I'm in PE class and Music Through the Ages, which is basically you're learning about music as it's like gone through time and learning the difference between now and past.
Okay, very cool. And Haley, what are some electives that you've taken?
I was also in drama, and I was also in office aid, which was really cool. It was fun to like see everything that they do. But and now I'm in PE and Music Through the Ages too, which Music Through the Ages is really fun. It's really cool to like learn about. It's not just music. It's like the history of it, stuff like that.
That's great. That's great. And now let me ask you this, because now you guys have had a good middle school experience. You've certainly enjoyed it. Were you nervous when you were getting ready to leave Granville and come to Glassford?
Absolutely. I wasn't sure what to expect, but after I made the transition and I got to know my peers and my teachers, it really just started to ease my worry, and I really just became accustomed to just the daily life at Glassford.
Right, great. And how about you? Any nerves when you had to come?
Yeah, I was really nervous. My brother was actually an 8th grader when I was coming into 7th, so that was really nice, but I was scared about the 8th graders. I didn't really know what to expect, but they were really nice. I have some really good friends that are actually in the 8th grade, but now in 9th grade, obviously. But yeah. So
it sounds like I think nerves are normal for any elementary student who's going into a new school, but it sounds like you guys were able to make that adjustment and really find some good friends is what I'm hearing as well. Let me ask you this, what has been the best part of middle school? And we keep going to you first. Let's go to Haley on this one. The best part of middle school, Haley?
I really like that I get to switch classes and I can choose like for the elective, so it's not like I'm getting a class that I'm not interested. I'm always interested in something that's going on in there. So that's just a big part of it. I like having the freedom. It's just nice. Good.
That's a great answer. Colin, what's the best part of middle school for you?
Kind of what Haley said. I really like the freedom and being able to be trusted to switch classes on my own and have awesome teachers that teach me amazing things that I did not know before. And now I can take them to high school and beyond.
Okay, good. Now you guys have been the focus of today's show is transitions, elementary students to middle school to high, and our high schools moving on. What advice would you give to the elementary students that are about to come up to middle school? What's one piece of advice you would give them, Colin?
I would probably tell them, don't get worried over it. It's really easy to get comfortable. You have people helping you all the time, and the teachers are really care about you and make sure that you're not worried about middle school at all.
That's great. And one of the things I always recognize when I come to Glassford is I always see your principal and your assistant principal out, whether it's before school, after school, lunchtime. That's kind of nice that you have people that are always out hanging out with the students. It's kind of a cool thing that you have there. Yeah. So Haley, what would your advice be for our elementary students coming up?
I would also say, like, don't be nervous. I mean, you're going to be, but don't be too nervous that it overwhelms you. You're always going to have super nice teachers that will help you. The principal, the assistant principal, great people to go to. There are definitely students that you can go to. The student council, they'll always show you around. And don't be scared of lockers. They're not as scary as they seem. But you'll get used to them.
So that's great, and that's great advice. What I heard from both of you is don't be nervous. That it's really a great place where great things happen. Now you're both going to be transitioning to high school. You guys are off to Bradshaw Mountain High School next year. What are you most? Now we just told the elementary students not to be nervous, but what are you guys nervous about next year for high school?
I'm probably nervous about my future classes. I'm excited to be challenged, but I'm also nervous to see like what I'm going to get out of them, and I'm just nervous about like how much stress I'm going to be put on because of these classes. But yeah.
I think you're both going to be in the AP Academy, so homework will be a regular part of your your life from here on out. How about you, Haley? What are you most nervous about?
Definitely the classes. I'm nervous about finding them since it's an outside campus, getting to class on time, but I think it'll be better once I get there.
Yeah, and I think those are normal things. I think you guys will both do great. Now, real quick, because I'm going to actually switch to some high school students, but what are you most excited about high school? Give me a quick response on this. Thing you're most excited about?
I'm probably most excited about who I'm going to meet and also the classes. I'm excited to be challenged and see what I know.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I'm really excited for the people, all my old friends, and to meet some new people. I'm really excited for the soccer at the high school. It's going to be really fun to meet all of them.
Great, excellent. Well, I tell you, we got some tremendous middle school students here who have already made one transition. They're getting ready to make another. Right now, I'd like to share with our audience, we have a tremendous future freshman night coming up at the high school, and there's a video that's really it's put together by the students at Bradshaw Mountain High School, and I'd like to share that video with our audience. This is actually last year's Future Freshman Night video. They're still working on this year's, but this kind of gives you a glimpse into some of the great things happening at Bradshaw Mountain High School.
Hey freshmen, are you anxious to start high school? Don't worry, I was too. But the Link Crew is here to help you make high school the best 4 years of your life.
Come join BMHS Avid because there are many things that can help you. One of the things that has helped me most pass my classes this year is our tutorial study groups that help you with the concepts that you're struggling in. We get tests for free or reduced. Like next year when I take the pre-SATs, either get the test reduced or free, and that's really easy because sometimes money is tight.
Like Bradshaw's AP classes, they're super great. I'm currently in 3 of them. Last semester I took AP Government. This semester I'm taking AP Economics, AP Psychology, and AP Calculus. They're super great, and it's a great way to challenge yourself and a great way to save money.
One thing I want to tell you that's great is about college classes. It's really great to save money and everything like that. Like for me, I'm taking computer networking classes. I get certifications, and now I get a high-paying job. So it's really nice to have.
Sports here at Bradshaw Mountain feels like being in a brotherhood. Help me meet new people and build character.
Hey yo, shout out to the boys basketball team.
Bradshaw Mountain football is probably the best experience I've ever had. It teaches you about responsibility. It makes you a better man overall. Football is just fun to do.
Hey guys, we're from CNA. CNA stands for Certified Nursing Assistant, and we're your gateway to the medical field. CNA is a great chance to get hands-on experience in the medical field. And you also get college experience, and right out of high school you can get a job. So start your course today to become a CNA.
CTE classes such as TV, broadcast, and film give you experience using professional equipment that they use in the film industry today.
Join Skills USA.
You get to travel and compete and make new friends.
HUSD is for all you future health professionals. At Bradshaw, we are the largest club on campus.
Join us if you want to travel, meet new people, and get a head start in your career as a future health professional.
Hallo, ik ben Kayla en ik ben Oberschule in Bradshaw Mountain High School. I just said my name is Kayla and I'm a senior at Bradshaw Mountain High School. Taking a language at Bradshaw Mountain High School enables you to learn about cultures, even travel to Germany, as I went to Germany last year. And it also enables you to be able to host a German student, which I have for the past 3 years and will be next month. Take a language at Bradshaw Mountain High School.
Great video, really a lot of great things happening at the high school. I think what I'm most impressed about is that video is 100% done by the students at Bradshaw Mountain High School. And speaking of students at Bradshaw Mountain High School, I have two students who are currently at Bradshaw Mountain High School. We've been talking about transitioning from elementary to middle to high school, and you two have been through that process, and now you have a group of middle schoolers that will be looking to hear about your experiences. Shane, Ela, thank you for being here today. I appreciate you guys taking time out of the busy day. Do it just for our viewers, if you take a minute to introduce yourself, who you are, what grade you are, and what are some of the things you're involved with at the high school. And Shane, we'll start with you.
My name is Shane Pryor. I'm a junior at Bradshaw Mountain High School. I'm in baseball. I'm student council, the math club, Mu Alpha Theta, and I'm loving every minute of it.
That's great, and I love it's the high-end honors classes as well as athletics. So thanks for being here. It's great to have you with us. So Ela, a little bit about you.
My name's Ela, and I'm a senior at Bradshaw Mountain. And throughout my high school career, I've been a part of volleyball, track, basketball, AP Academy, college courses, couple clubs, S Club, Interact Club, Link, Mu Alpha Theta. I think I'm missing one, but you get the idea.
Well, super involved. I think that's great. You know, I always tell students as they're transitioning to these different grade levels, you know, I say you're responsible for your own education. You're going to get out of your high school experience what you put into your high school experience, and you two clearly have gotten a lot out of your experience. So I commend you both. Future Freshman Night's coming up. We're going to have hundreds of 8th graders are going to be visiting Bradshaw Mountain High School during the month of February. What would you say to the incoming freshmen? What advice would you give them as they're coming up?
I would tell them not to be scared, because as bad as movies and TV shows make high school seem, it's really not that bad. It's a place to learn and grow and prepare you for life. So don't be scared. It's okay to be nervous, but don't be scared.
That's great advice. Ela, what would you say?
You're going to be nervous, but especially if you attend this Future Freshman Night, there's a group of students there to help you out, and they kind of get your feet wet, the Link crew, and that really eases it up. So even after that, you'll feel better, I can guarantee. But I would just say get involved, because that's the only way you're going to meet more people, and that's really what's going to make your career best.
That's really great advice. Get involved. Find out what your passion is and chase that. You mentioned Link Crew, Ela, which is a tremendous program. I think it does a lot helping our students coming into the high school. Can you tell us a little bit about what Link Crew is? What specifically is Link Crew?
Link Crew is a year-round club, basically just focused on freshmen. So from that first day, we're put in groups, and we basically give a tour of the campus, and we just let you know what it's about. And we play games with them just to kind of let them get to know each other. And then first day of school, we all wear bright orange shirts, and so if you get lost, you see a bright orange shirt and we'll take you to class. And we're there for the first couple of weeks just to help you out, but then throughout the year you notice that we become your friend. So all year we have different groups and dances put together just to get the freshmen involved. We try to support the freshman games, sports games, and we just try to be there for you the whole year pretty much so that you don't have to worry about being scared.
Yeah, what a great program, and I really commend you on being a part of that. It's an opportunity as freshmen come up, they have an upperclassman who is really guiding them through that transition and really becomes a go-to person for that freshman during that freshman year. If they ever have a problem or a question, they have a junior or senior that they can go to for help. So neat program. Now, there certainly appears to be a lot of opportunities at the high school. You both are involved in many different things, but I want to talk for a minute about the assemblies at the high school, because I think there's a tremendous amount of spirit and a tremendous amount of recognition for people in different groups. Talk a little bit about the assemblies that take place at Bradshaw Mountain High School. Shane, I'll let you kind of lead in on this one.
Well, being part of student council, we plan all the assemblies. So this year I've really gotten to see how they work, and one of our main goals is to recognize everyone who does something. We don't want to leave anyone out. So each assembly we give drama, band, whatever sport is going on at that time, we give them their part of the assembly where they can be recognized and people can see who's involved. And it's just something to really give them the recognition they deserve because they're going out of their way to work hard for it.
Yeah, I think that's neat. I mean, you're bringing the whole school together and you're recognizing these different groups and in school spirit. Ela, talk a little bit about assemblies. What are some of the neat activities that take place during an assembly?
Although it's not like a mandatory thing to go to the assembly, you will find most of the body there just because it's something that we look forward to. It usually falls on a Friday, and that whole week leading up we have our spirit week, so we all get in spirit all week, and then Friday we come together just to show our pride for Bradshaw. And we usually divide into classes, and then we have little class games competing against each other and just stuff like that. We usually get our principal involved, we compete against him, and it's usually a fun time.
Yeah, so it sounds great. It sounds like really a neat community that you guys have over at the high school. Now, there's a lot of different opportunities at the high school. There are a lot of different things to get involved with, different classes you can take, different clubs, different, obviously, sports. Can you talk a little bit about the different things that middle schoolers can look forward to when they come to the high school? Whether it's a class or a club, or what are some things that kids can look forward to?
Well, different from middle school, they have the AP Academy at the high school, which is really just preparing kids for the next step into college by putting them in more rigorous courses, college-level courses. And that was something I didn't have in middle school, and I'm really thankful that I have now. And in addition to the AP classes, you just have more electives, just in general. Yeah. Just so many more opportunities where you can learn new skills and just have a good time and really live the high school experience.
Right, that's great. Ela, what are some of the things that kind of stand out to you?
Going off of the classes, there's dual enrollment classes, which is something great to get involved in because you're taking the high school class with the high school teacher walking you through it, but you're also able to get your college credit through that class, which I've been taking advantage of. I would really recommend that. Also, there's just more clubs, there's more things to get involved in, especially when it comes to sports. It's more of a family and more competitive, which I really like, and there's just more opportunities in general.
Yeah, a lot of really neat things. You mentioned the AP Academy, just a tremendous opportunity to take college level classes. And the students at Bradshaw Mountain High School and the AP Academy they're outscoring every other high school in the county, whether that's a private school, a charter school, or another district school. Our AP Academy students are really, truly outstanding. Dual enrollment, I think most seniors really have the opportunity to graduate from Bradshaw Mountain High School with a large part of their freshman year of college done right there on the campus. Some really neat things. Now, let's kind of talk about your favorite experience in high school. Now, Shane, you're a junior, so I'm going to ask you for your favorite experience, but you're not done yet. Eli, you're coming up on it. We're almost down to the home stretch here. Yeah. Senior meeting is going to be coming up here pretty soon. Graduation tickets, things like that. What is your favorite experience at Bradshaw Mountain High School so far?
Favorite experience? I'd have to say I'm a big baseball guy. And playing baseball the past 3 years has probably been my favorite experience at high school, just because, like Ela said, it's really a family when you're in high school, and getting to play with all these guys, getting to know my coach as well, just really having that unit to build with, play with, has just been, it's been great. It's been my favorite experience.
Good for you, good for you. Ela, best experience, favorite experience?
I would also have to say basketball. I've been on varsity basketball all 4 years, and we always set aside a day just to get the freshmen involved, and we usually have a sleepover and we have everyone come over, and it's just, they're kind of confused what it is, but we're just getting their feet wet to us just so we can like become a family. And we usually do that early on in the season so that throughout the year they're comfortable, like when we want to give them advice and they're kind of comfortable with us. But that's always a great time just because everyone comes in like super awkward, and then by the time we're leaving, we're all best friends. And then we come back and our coaches are like, what just happened? You guys are all like talking all of a sudden. And it's great to just see the growth and how close just a sport can make everybody.
That's great. That's neat experiences. Great insights from both of you. We had Colin and Haley on earlier. I think you guys gave them the best advice, and that's to not be scared, but to definitely get involved when they get to the high school. Thank you for that. Thank you for being a part of today's show. Tremendous thanks and tremendous good luck to you guys in the future.
Thank you.
So, and as we wrap up today's show, a couple of announcements that I want to make sure that our public is aware of. The Family Resource Center is in need of donations of new or gently used shoes, solid colored shirts for both girls and boys, kindergartners through 8th graders, and boys' jeans. Donations are accepted at the district office, 6411 North Robert Road. If you'd like additional information, please contact the Family Resource Center. Margaret Drennan is the Family Resource Specialist. That number is 759-5104. Also, for volunteers, those of you hoping to volunteer, please remember fingerprinting hours for our volunteers are Tuesdays and Fridays from 10 a.m. to noon, and that happens at the district office. It does take 4 to 6 weeks for clearance. That does not mean that you can't volunteer right away. And some important dates coming up. I mentioned February is a busy month. We have our governing board retreat is taking place on February 8th. That's from 9 a.m. to noon in our transportation training facility. That's also on a Wednesday, which means we'll have our regular Wednesday 1 hour early releases. February 1st, February 8th, February 15th, and so on. February 14th, we are actually at the high school. Bradshaw Mountain High School will be there for the governing board meeting. That'll take place at 6:30 p.m. And just a quick reminder that on February 20th, it is President's Day. There will be no school on that day, and all of our sites will be closed. And we'll wrap up the month with our final Wednesday 1 hour release on February 22nd. Please keep an eye out for middle school open houses and for Future Freshman Night. Thank you, and have a great month.
The Humboldt Schools, motivating achievement since 1906.